We're gonna park this thing on here so you guys see its flex. Hey everybody, it's your dude Black Hat here, coming at you with another great feature of the onX Off-Road app. Today we're going to talk about the cell phone layer. This is a feature inside the app that will show you all of the coverage areas for the 3 major cell phone providers. What you're going to do is you're going to go inside the app and you're going to simply go to your layers and you're going to turn on the cell phone layer for your respected carrier. This way, when you're planning your next trip, you can see exactly where the cell phone coverage is going to be and where it's not going to be. And if you make sure to pick a spot where you have cell phone coverage, you'll never miss a call and you'll be able to talk to your grandma on her birthday. As always, we encourage you guys to download the onX app as a great tool that we use over here at Terra Crew. If you decide you want to subscribe to the app, make sure to use code TerraCrew20 for 20% off your subscription. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Hey, what's up you guys? It's your dude Black Hat here, and we're still out at Mitchell's house. I've never left. I've been here for 10 years now.
10 years later.
We're gonna talk about Alex's new build. Since we are up here in the Central Valley, a lot of you guys don't know that, or you do, you don't care, doesn't matter. We are much closer to the mountains, the Sierras and the Yosemite, the Sequoias. Yes, you can see them from here, not so much on the camera, but with my eyes. We are much closer to the mountains than we are the desert. So up here, there's a lot more rock crawler stuff.
You're good.
Than there is desert stuff. Matter of fact, the desert stuff is kind of
Really far away.
yeah, it's just kind of non-existent, to be honest. I mean, if you live in the Central Valley, most likely you know who has a desert truck, but you don't know who has rock crawlers because everybody's got a rock crawler, the Toyota or a Jeep. You know, they're all over the place up here. So it's very form and fitting for Alec to build one for himself.
Yeah.
It started out as a pre-runner, right?
Yeah, so I bought this from an old friend. It had the fiberglass on it. It was TTB, 4-wheel drive. It already had the smog legal 5.0 V8 swap with the AOD, and but it was used as like a pre-runner for Baja. He went to Mexico with it a bunch of times and pre-ran for race teams and chased and things like that. And so it had some of these parts on it, and I thought it'd be the perfect candidate to turn into a big scary rock crawler. So that's what we did with it.
It doesn't look too big on scary on camera, but in reference, you guys, like this truck is huge. It's on 40s. It's got big, cool Mitch-made axles on it. We're gonna get into that right now, but just size reference, like it is a big truck. It's a big Ford Ranger for sure.
Yeah, when it's sitting in the garage next to the 1471, it looks towering.
Yeah, heck yeah. Well, let's get into it, man. So first off, year, make, and model. What's
it's
the
an
year?
89
Okay.
extended cab.
All right.
Ford Ranger. I'm guessing, I think in 89 they all came with the 2.9 V6.
Yeah.
Which is why it had to go. If it was a 4.0 or something.
Maybe you would have kept it?
Yeah, I think you don't have to get those out of there, but the 2.9s.
Yeah.
Despite what Patrick says, nobody likes those. So.
Well, they're just kind of like just no power, unreliable.
Terrible engines. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know how long ago, but quite a while ago, this was swapped to a V8. I believe even before Warren Baird got a hold of it.
Heck yeah. There's the badge.
It's
right
had
there.
a proof. It's had a 302 in it and the AOD 4-speed overdrive.
Heck
so
well, what's an AOD? Is that just a certain?
That's just what would have came in like a 90s Bronco essentially.
Oh, okay, got you. Right on. Heck yeah.
So yeah, and then so we used the platform to build it into this. So we did a 3-link front suspension.
Okay.
At some point it'll get coilovered probably. We built it in a hurry, so I bought it in August and we hit the trails as you see it in October.
Oh, nice.
So we, for sake of not cutting into the engine bay and moving AC stuff around, we did put it on early Bronco coils. Okay. And it works surprisingly well, so I'm not in that big of a hurry to actually do that part of it. But that's eventually the plan. Either put a big shock next to this or do like a single 3.0 coilover.
Well, I mean, it's kind of thing with rock crawlers, right? Like you're not like super worried about, you know, like the shocks and like the gnarly dampening and stuff underneath them because
yeah, it's supposed to go
you
slow.
You are going over rocks.
I do jam down the fire roads on the way to the trail.
Heck yeah.
And so it'd be nice to have a little more.
You got to throw in a little bit of speed.
Spirited, yeah. Exactly, so.
All right, cool. Well, let's talk about these axles, dude. So you got Mitch-made axles front and rear.
Yeah,
what's the specs on this thing?
We joined forces on this a little bit with Axle Pros and did his center section. Okay. With and he did 3.5 tubes on it. and we used knuckles from like a 99 to 04 Super Duty Ford.
Okay.
And then we did a custom width. I didn't want this thing super wide to make it to where you had to cut the fenders too high and do all that kind of stuff. So it's actually WMS in the front. I believe it ended up about 66. So we did, we got from CR Gear and Axle, some chromoly shafts that would be from like a late 70s F250 is the length on them. So we kind of spec'd the housing around that to make it a little bit narrower than your traditional Super Duty swap.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's just kind of.
So they, in the rock crawling world, they are 1 ton.
Yeah, it's all 8 lug, so it uses a Super Duty Timken hub, and then we machined them out to do 35 spline outers.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't like the 9904 Super Duty ends because they have a smaller outer axle, but these have been modified to run the more traditional 35 spline outer axle shaft.
Got it.
And then for a third member, we built a 10-inch high pinion gearworks unit like you'd see in like a Ultra 4 car.
Okay.
So it's got 583s and a Eaton True Track limited slip unit in the front.
And then high pinion, can you explain that real quick? Because it's basically like the pumpkin's upside down, right?
Yeah, so essentially the gear's cut the other way. The pinion is, you know, your traditional differential, the pinion's offset from center and downward.
Yeah.
It's just the opposite cut. So it's up here to keep the driveline out of the way from the rocks and keeps the driveline angles better for situation.
Okay, sick.
And it means you're running the gear the right direction.
Got it.
The way the gear's cut. If you put a 9-inch low pinion in the front, you're technically running the gear backwards, so this is a more correct way to run it.
Interesting. Cool, man. Some nice, some really nice Bilsteins in here.
Yeah, those actually I got for free to see if it would work, this whole situation, and it works so good I haven't pulled them off.
You haven't pulled them off?
Yeah. So
there you go, nice.
Donation to
nice
the project.
Bilsteins there. Your fenders. It's so cool to see fenders on a rock crawler.
Yeah, definitely don't see that often. It gets a lot of attention on the trail because of that. But as you can see,
What's the point, boy?
With the custom width, we got it to where it tucks perfectly. So the front might not be tucked right now.
Yeah.
But when the front is stuffed, it perfectly fits inside the fender.
Heck yeah.
Without any rubbing.
Hell yeah.
It'll clear. If you jump it, it may touch. But when it articulates it, it hides it.
Hugs in there perfectly.
Yeah.
You all right?
So that's and you know, everyone says I'm gonna blow the fenders off on the rocks, and maybe at some point, but so far it's gone up. We went to KOH and did Chocolate Thunder, Turkey Claws, done all the hard trails around here. Haven't ruined them yet. So.
Heck yeah. Right on, man. How about this bumper? Was this bumper on here already?
Yeah, so that was part of it.
Pretty clean little bumper.
Pre-runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that, and then the bed cage in the rear, and the rear bumper as well.
Heck yeah. You got some aux beam lights. We need to get you some Baja designs, dude.
Nothing but the best.
Hey, Baja Designs, let's get this guy some cool lights for this thing. How about the rear, man? Let's go over the rear. So as Alec was saying, you guys had the perfect width. Yeah. You were able to make the perfect width.
Yeah. So the rear,
tucks.
The rear is again this bed cage and the shock setup part was here when it was a pre-runner, along with the rear bumper.
Cool. Little spare setup.
Yeah. So I added some trail stuff to it and all that, but otherwise this is as it was.
High lift. The cooler, essential.
Yeah, and then the rear differential in this thing. So same thing, it's got a Mitch made center. We did a 583 low pinion rear, 9-inch with a Detroit locker. And then for the outers, to make it similar 1 ton, it has trail gear pockets that use a F350 front unit bearing in the rear. So if you see here, instead of like a locking hub mechanism, it's just got drive slugs to make it a full float rear.
Oh, okay, interesting.
So it's 8 lug, Super Duty pattern. So it runs the same hubs all 4 corners.
Oh, which that makes it better for trail fixes or something.
One spare hub will fit any corner. You just got to machine it correctly.
Heck yeah, cool, man.
So.
And then what's the leaf spring setup on this? It's like a Deaver setup.
Deaver 64.
Some 64s.
So yeah, I'm not 100% sure what pack it is, but it measures out and seemingly has the dimensions of like what the link killers are.
Interesting.
So, and I think these are the link killer shocks too, the dual tube things.
Okay, 2-2 bypass.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure this is a link killer setup.
I thought they were leaf under though. Well, I guess for your purpose.
Yeah, it was leaf under, and then I needed it to be monster truck terrain. So here we are. So I just moved it to the top when we did the swap.
Heck yeah. And then this axle's all nice and trussed and everything, just like you would see in a fabricated housing under a trophy truck or a nice pre-runner.
Yeah, and so front and rear both run F350 brakes. So this thing actually stops really well.
Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, look at the size of those calipers are huge. Nice little exhaust system.
Yeah, Max whipped that up for me. We were in a thrash to get to KOH with it, and when we were doing the Atlas transfer case swap, the exhaust was part of that, and we worked till like 3 in the morning to get that done before KOH, so that was super fun.
Thrash, man.
But yeah,
some cool rock sliders, typical of a rock crawler build. But here, so this is half the reason why we popped this thing up, so we can see underneath this thing. So so he has a pretty gnarly transfer case under here. Yeah, so it's a 4-speed Atlas, so you got 1-to-1 4-wheel drive, 2.8-to-1 4-wheel drive, 3.8, and then 10.3 total. And then you can do front digs with it and separate the rear or the front or whatever. Oh, that's cool.
So you can have super low 2-wheel drive rear, super low 2-wheel drive front.
Oh, look at the link.
Any variation.
Heck yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
When it's in low, top speed of 3 miles per hour.
You got some cool
my
yard lights.
My work lights as
hey, perfect, man.
Rock lights. Yeah, it works. You
it
can
works,
see
man.
what's going on the trail.
Okay.
But
excellent. So pretty. Everything's all pretty much business for this with this thing, man.
Yeah.
Just like the other Ranger, but this one just kind of a different.
Trying to keep it still comfortable to cruise. It's got full interior. It's got air conditioning, heater,
interesting.
Power windows.
Excellent. Oh, this thing's more kitted out than I thought it was. I figured it was a little more bare bones.
Pretty luxurious in here still.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, it is very complete.
89.
These aren't factory seats though.
No, these were
some sort of like eBay seat or something.
Yeah.
There's all his joysticks. Your shifters in here. Yeah, man, this thing's super nice in here. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, so it's pretty comfortable to
Heck yeah.
cruise around.
Yeah. And then you have 40s.
Yeah, it's just trophy truck takeoff tires.
How are they in the rocks? Pretty good?
These are pretty
enough?
old and not quite grippy enough, but I don't know, I haven't not been able to make it up an obstacle.
That's pretty good.
But they don't air down that. I can run them, when we go snow wheeling, I run the cores out of it. And it still doesn't squish enough. So I don't know if the truck's too light for them or what, but I just can't get the sidewalls to squish. They're too intense of a sidewall, so.
It's probably something like that, where the truck's just not heavy enough to.
Yeah, so they did pretty good in the rocks, but yeah, when we go snow wheeling, I essentially let every bit of air out of them, and it's still.
That reminds me of I don't remember. We went to Pismo a number of years ago, probably 15 years ago, and Max had the old Generals on his Ranger.
You couldn't let enough air out of them.
They had 0 air pressure in them, and they did not squish at all. And then he was all pissed off that I was just like cruising around everywhere in my Ranger at like 18 psi or something. You know.
That's kind of how these feel. You can't let enough air out of them. We run at like 4 psi in the rocks and 0 in the snow, and it does go, but
you wish they were a little bit more squishy. Maybe,
yeah. So I don't know what we'll end up putting on it, or if we'll keep.
Maybe next would be like a DOT tire that's like grade C. Well,
yeah, it needs beadlocks and
like a load
tires.
range needs to be like like a less of a ply. But once you get to a certain size, I'm pretty sure that they automatically go up to like a load range D or E. So
right. Yeah, DOT tire may air down better. We've had a number of tires on the Bronco, and they always air down good. So we'll probably put a Nitto 40 or a Open Country or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I wonder how Mitch's the Toyotas would do. They don't have a whole lot of sidewall on them.
Let the air out of them, see. But yeah, these it takes pretty much letting all the air out of it before it squishes it all. In fact, we pull all the air out of them so I can get the transmission out with my transmission jack, and even pulling the cores completely in the shop, it like barely squishes down.
That's crazy. Crazy, man.
I don't know what this truck weighs, but it must be kind of light.
Must be light enough. Something going on. Well, right on, man. Anything else you can think of?
Well, just,
bed size, cool bed cage.
Yeah,
right?
it's gonna get an exo cage here soon.
Yeah. Let's talk about Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about some more tubing to try and.
So what do you got planned for this thing?
Third seat in the back for my kid.
Alex a daddy now.
Some tubes over the top of it. I really don't want to take away from like the pre-runner contraption look of this thing on the trail. So I don't want to go like full Toyota Jungle Gym with it.
Yeah, but a simple exo cage to kind of save the body.
Yeah, I'm gonna just 2 tubes over the extended cab, probably dump one into the fender.
Okay.
To make it disappear here. But just something to save us in a roll but not look too crazy. I don't know if it'll save the cab or not. That's kind of the plan.
Okay.
That, coil over the front, maybe link the rear down the road, but for now it quite literally just goes wherever you point it. So it looks, especially from your videos and everything, it's a very capable truck. So yeah,
can't be too much more you can do to it.
If this motor gets hurt, we'll probably put some goodies in the 302 like the other truck has, but
give a little more power.
Yeah, and not for the trail. It has plenty of torque for the trail, but for driving it from town to the trail, the steep grades, it could use some more horsepower. So we'll do some upgrades to the motor next time it's out, or if it's ever out, I guess.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, right now it's just totally smog legal stock 91 Fox body engine in it.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great, because then you could I mean, essentially you could drive this thing to work or
Yeah, no,
take it to the grocery store, and
pass smog like a normal vehicle.
drive it up to the trail. You don't have to trailer it.
Yeah, if you don't want to, you don't have to tow it. Yeah,
It's got
all
AC,
the
dude.
tags for all the swap stuff. All the components are all carb legal.
Heck yeah. Right on, man. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, really cool build. Definitely not something you see every day, especially in the rock crawler realm. You don't really see Rangers made into rock
when
crawlers.
we go up there, it's 98% Toyotas and Jeeps, and then some homemade contraptions every once in a while.
Yeah.
But this is one of the only Rangers I know of up
Yeah,
there. So.
I'll be one of those dudes one of these days when I get a rock crawler and another Jeep or another Toyota guy. So, been looking for a first gen for a very long time, but I need to find one that's decent price.
Yeah,
they're all
they're
too
$1
damn
million
expensive.
now,
Yeah,
yeah.
so but super rad truck, super rad build. I can't wait for myself to use some Mitch Made products of my own. I think I want to. We talked about putting a Mitch Made rear end in the 4Runner. And along with some other stuff, you know, it's really cool to see our friends that we've known for a really long time, local guys. You know, we're not from LA, we're not from the Bay. We're local here in Central California, doing really cool stuff with off-road trucks. And Alec is one of those dudes. Mitch is one of those dudes. Max is one of those dudes, amongst quite a few others that we've built friendships with and whatnot over the years.
Yeah,
You know,
it's cool to see our core group is all the builders locally that
Yeah.
do all the
yeah, it is really cool.
fabrication work and machine work.
And it is very nice to every once in a while be able to have work done here and not have to drive my shit somewhere, you know, in LA or San Diego to get stuff done. But it's really cool to see these guys have stuck with it. A lot of people in our situations would have thought it was cool in high school and college to build a desert truck or whatever, and they would easily have gotten discouraged and moved on to other things. But you know, it's really cool. It's really cool to see you guys still with it. It's really cool to see myself still messing with this stuff too, in our 30s now. So super rad truck, super good dude, Alec. Thanks a bunch, man. We appreciate you. Again, he's the axle guy. So if you need axle work done, differential work done, he's the dude to do it, along with, you know, other great shops. But especially if you're in the Central Valley and you want somebody local to go to, hit up Alec.
Let us know.
Any questions you guys have for the truck, hit him in the comments below. You can DM him at Axle Pros. Is it Axle.pros or just
Axle Pros or Alec on Instagram, Alec Navarro or Axle Pros.
Alec Navarro or at Axle Pros on Instagram, and he'll answer any questions you guys have. He's a really nice guy, and I've known him for a really long time, and I trust him with a lot of stuff. So if that has any validity to it, then sure, you know. But anyways, thanks, Alec. Thank you guys. Love you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one. Sweet. See ya.